One time I asked this person for advice on how to invest 3,000 Ghana cedis, and this person gave out a loud laugh and said that 3,000 cedis was too little an amount to invest and that investing it would be an utter waste of time. From that day, I decided to learn all about investing on my own so I can figure it out all by myself. And today I'm here to tell you that no amount is too small. The mere fact that you're even putting money aside with the intention of investing is enough and is a step in the right direction. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you possible ways to invest 1,000 Ghana cedis and the type of returns you can expect to get with that amount. So if you're interested in this information, you definitely want to stick around and watch this video. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Antwiwaa if you are new here, and if you're returning, what's up my G? Welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can invest 1,000 Ghana cedis, what you can possibly invest in, and the type of returns you can hope to get with this amount. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to go straight to point number one, which may sound cliche, but is one of the best ways you can invest your 1,000 Ghana cedis. And if I had 1,000 cedis to invest, that's definitely one of the first things I will consider doing with the 1,000 cedis, which is investing in yourself. If you rolled your eyes or shook your head to this point, you're missing something very, very, very important. Let me explain. Banks could collapse, companies could go bankrupt. A lot of things can happen to various things that you decide to invest your money in. But if you decide to invest in knowledge or skills that may help you in the long run, knowledge and skills that you can have for as long as you live, you can use that knowledge, use those skills to continuously make money for yourself, no matter where you find yourself, no matter the circumstances. So if you have 1,000 cedis and you're looking for a very good and profitable way to invest it, consider acquiring knowledge that can grow your wealth exponentially. The second way you can invest 1,000 cedis and make very amazing returns is starting a business. And even though this can be risky, if you manage to get a hang of it, if you get a product that people actually are interested in, and you figure out your marketing, you figure out your audience, and you figure out all these tiny things that come together to create a successful business, it will only be a matter of time before you begin to reap bounty interest from your investment. You can consider things like drop shipping, and drop shipping is basically getting stuff from the manufacturer, sending it to an online store or an online shop, and then have them sell it for you. So for example, you can get stuff off Alibaba and ship those items to Amazon if that's what you want. Take pictures of whatever items you ship to Amazon, put it on the Amazon website, and then every single time someone makes a purchase, Amazon packages whatever they've bought in their warehouse, and then they have that item shipped to them. So, and for dropshipping, you don't even have to come out with like a new business idea or some innovative business whatever. You can simply look at the items that are on high demand and then get those items and have them sold on your behalf and make your money. Another easy way to start a business is considering private labeling, and basically what this means is that again, you have a manufacturer that manufactures certain item, and so you contact this manufacturer, they put your logo or your label on the item that they are manufacturing in bulk, have those items shipped to you, and you can go ahead and sell them at whatever price you please. For example, if you see people selling waist trainers all over Instagram, this is one way they do it. They obviously don't have a manufacturer that is manufacturing waist trainers solely for them. They just find a manufacturer that manufactures good waist trainers. You can have different quality based on your budget, and then they have that manufacturer put their logo on the waist trainer, have it shipped to Ghana, and then they go ahead and sell these waist trainers. These have worked for makeup brushes, they have worked for lip glosses, for example. You can do it with any product at all as long as there is a market for that product. So that's another way you can consider starting a business. You're also for the most part in charge of whatever is happening with or to your money. So even though it's risky, you kind of know whatever is going on with your money. If you decide to say invest in yourself and acquire knowledge, or if you decide to go ahead and start a business, you know whatever is happening with your money. So it sort of gives you that feeling of being in charge that most of us seek. What if you don't take any of these risks and you want to settle for the instrument or the packages that the banks and the financial institutions offer? What if you want to do that? What can you possibly invest 1,000 CEDIS in that area? Before I even provide an answer to that question, I want to address this comment that this young lady left on one of my posts. And I'm smiling because she's left that comment in about 2 of my money videos. And I think that it's rather sad that that happened to her. But it also is something that we can all learn from. So I'm going to insert the screenshot right here on the screen so you can take a look at the message. So basically in her comment she was complaining or bitterly complaining that she took my advice and she invested in a bank, or she opted to invest 2,000 CEDIS in a bank for 30 days, and she ended up with just 4 Ghana CEDIS as interest for Ghana CEDIS in a span of 30 days. If you're good with numbers, you know that 4 CEDIS on an investment of 2,000 over that 30-day period is probably a 2.4, 2.5 interest rate. And for an interest rate as low as that, you probably signed up for a savings account without knowing. Which brings me to something that I think all of us need to be aware of. So if you go to a bank or a financial institution and you're looking at ways to invest your money, make sure that you're asking a good number of questions. Make sure that you're asking questions about interest rates, about the duration of the investment. Make sure that you ask as many questions as possible. Don't just watch my video and hear me say that, oh, you have to invest your money, and then get up and go invest your money without knowing exactly what you're investing in. That is definitely a caution that I needed to put out there before we proceed. Now we're saying that if you don't want to start a business, or you don't want to invest in yourself, acquire knowledge or anything of that sort, and you want to go into the instrument that the banks offer, the first thing you have to do in any investment at all is determine what your goal for investing in. If you've watched my very first investment video where I sat down with Wisdom, he thoroughly explained this. He said that if you're going to be investing in anything at all, you have to make sure that you have an investment goal. So your investment goal will determine what you're going to be investing in. So for example, someone who wants to invest money and use that money to travel, say in December, will probably invest in a different instrument as opposed to someone who wants to invest money that they want to use to go back to school in a year or 2. And the time that you're willing to let that money sit in an investment plays a crucial role in the amount of return that you can get for an investment. So we have to keep that in mind. So then that brings us to the 3 types of investments with regards to length or period of time. The very first one is a short-term investment, say 3 months, 6 months, 1 month if you like. But 1 month is usually not something that you should do in my opinion, but 3 months, 6 months, 1 year is something that you can do. Then we have a medium term investment, and that will usually span between a year and 3 years. That is about how much time you should leave that money in the investment for. Then we have a long-term investment, and those usually start from 5 years upwards. So if you invest in something that is long-term, you have to leave it for at least 5 years or more. So what kind of returns can you get if you invest in short-term investment, in medium-term investment, and then in long-term investment?
Do you all understand?
So let's start with short-term investments. And for short-term investments, you have things like Treasury Bills and fixed deposits. So for Treasury bills, you are basically lending some amount of money to the government, and after a period of time they are going to give you a certain amount of interest. You usually know the amount of interest that you are getting even before you sign up. Fixed deposit is the same thing. It's just that this time around you are loaning your money to, say, a bank or a financial institution. Before I sat down to film this video, I quickly checked the interest rate on Treasury bills right now, and as I speak, the interest rate for Treasury bills is about 13.4% to about 13.7%, and this percentage is per annum. So if you decide to invest in Treasury bills for 3 months, which is 91 days, what it means is that when you take the profit that you get after 12 months and then divide that into 12, and then 3 of that will give you the interest that you get in 3 months. Let's say that the interest rate for Treasury bills right now is 13.4% per annum. So if you invest 1,000 CEDIS, by the end of the year you're going to be getting 134 Ghana cedis only on your investment. So it means that every single month you earn 11 CEDIS, 16 or 17 pesos. And so in 3 months you get about 33 CEDIS, 50 pesos. So if you invest 1,000 CEDIS for 3 months in Treasury bills, the only money you can expect to get based on the current Treasury bill rate is 33 CEDIS, 50 pesos. Then we move into medium term investments. So some instruments or investment that you can invest in medium term are bonds, for example, and also money market funds. And the calculation is the same as the short-term investment. So if you invest 1,000 CEDIS into a money market fund, for example, that has an interest rate of 18% or 17%, which is usually the interest you would get for this type of investment, except for when the market is not doing too well. But for the most part, it will be between 16 to 18%. So if you invest 1,000 CEDIS, you can guess the amount of interest you're going to be getting at the end of the 1 year period. Let me know in the comment section. Yes, I'm giving you a hot afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time you're watching this video mental. So let me know in the comment section if you're investing 1,000 CEDIS, right, in a money market fund that is giving you an interest of 18% per annum. How much do you expect to get at the end of the 12 months? Let me know in the comment section below. I probably would provide an answer in the comment section or in the course of the video. I think I'll just do it in the comment section. So let me know in the comment section and I will let you know if you are right or wrong. It's the same calculation as the previous calculation that we did, so you can go back, get it, and try to generate the interest for this particular investment. Then we have the long-term investment. Like I mentioned earlier, you're expected to hold these investments for about 5 years minimum, and then you can hold them for 6-7 years as long as you please, but you should be able to put your money in those instruments or in those investments and forget about it. Yeah, so the type of instruments or investments that you can go in long term are stocks. We have balanced M funds, we have equity M funds. So basically an M fund is an instrument that is offered by brokers or brokerage firms, and basically what they do is that they pull money from different people and then take that money and invest in different things. So for the balanced M funds, we have about 50% of whatever money you invest. That 50% will be used for bonds, will be used for treasury bills and all of that, and the remaining 50% will be used for shares in companies, will be used for stocks. So it's like a balance of low risk investments versus high risk investments. That's more balanced, so you can get a higher rate than you will get if you're doing a more safe M fund investment. The other part of it is that if something goes wrong with the shares, for example, it is likely that you can lose some of the money that you have invested. Then we also have the equity M fund. That one, a chunk of your money, say 80% of the money that you invest, will be used to invest in shares, in stocks, high risk instruments, and then you have like 20% being used for treasury bills or bonds or stuff like that. That's one, there's a high likelihood of losing your money. That is why they require that you hold the investment for about 5 years, so that you give the investment time to mature and you can reap the benefits that you deserve. So that's the whole difference between the short-term, medium-term, and long-term thing. For the long-term investments, depending on the market, because they're investing your money in company shares, so depending on how well the shares for the company or the company performs in a given year, all those factors play a role in the amount of interest you can get in the long-term investment. So for the most part, if you sign up for, say, an equity and fund investment, it'll be very difficult to have the broker tell you the exact profit you're going to make. Also, I have to say that the interest for these ones compound. The interest you make in the first year will be added to 1,000 CEDIS, and then the next, so let's say you make, let's say for the first year you make 200 CEDIS. So that 200 CEDIS will be added to your 1,000 CEDIS. So now your new principal becomes 1,200 CEDIS. So in the second year, the profit you make will be on the 1,200 CEDIS and not only the 1,000 CEDIS. Do you understand what I'm saying? So then we have stocks, and you cannot go into the stock market by yourself to trade, and all of that. You have to go through, I think, a brokerage firm. So for that, you go to them, they sign you up, and then with their help you can pick and choose which shares to buy, which company to invest in, and all of that. And how you make money from that is that some companies offer dividends. So basically, whatever profit that the company makes, because you have shares in the company, you are entitled to a certain amount of profit. That's the best way I can put it. Then you can also sell the shares you have. So you can hold the shares for a number of years. So maybe let's say you bought the shares for 50 CEDIS in 2005, and it's 2021, and the shares are now worth say 1,000 CEDIS. So you can take those shares, sell it to someone who's interested in buying those shares, and when you sell it, the money you get, if you subtract your principal from it, that's the amount of profit you have made on those shares or those stocks. So that's how those things work. Same with cryptocurrency if you're interested in that, but the cryptocurrency and all those things is very volatile. So if you don't have a high risk appetite, you may not be able to keep up with all the changes that are happening in the market. But yeah, those are the type of investments that you can hope to invest in. It's a short-term investment. You can hope to get 33 CEDIS if you're investing 1,000 CEDIS for 3 months, or even a little more if you're investing for 6 months. If you're investing 1,000 CEDIS for a year in say money market funds or bonds, you can hope to get maybe 180 CEDIS after a year. If you're investing 1,000 CEDIS in equity M fund, for example, or a balanced M fund, in a good year, you can hope to get 200, 220, 250 CEDIS at the end of the first year. These are the kinds of interest you can hope to get in these investments. I also like to say that when it comes to investments, and I've said this so many times in my videos, I think that I have to say it one more time, or maybe a few more times in other videos. But when it comes to investments, you have to be patient. Like, you don't expect to make a quick amount of money in a week or in 2 weeks, right? That will usually not happen. So you have to be patient. All these things take time. Sometimes it just feels like, why don't I just put my money in a business and make some money, which is great if you can find the right business. If you have all that sorted, the best way I think you can invest your money, aside investing in yourself and acquiring knowledge, is starting a business. You can grow your money exponentially. But if you're going to go with the instruments that are offered in the bank, then you may have to settle for something that is a lot less than what you hope to get. So yeah, this is what you can do with 1,000 Ghana cedis right here in Ghana. I hope the video was helpful. If it was, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, make sure to check out one of these videos that may also be helpful to you. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comment section if you have any questions with regards to investments or finances, and I will be sure to help you where I can. But yeah, feel free to click on one of these videos and I will see you over in the video. Peace out.